Heyo everyone, welcome back to Secrets Unleashed. Today, we're gonna be talking about how to actually defend one of the most hated skills in the game as well, which is postboard dunk. And with that, other variations of Pinky's dunks as well. Let's get into it. Right, so firstly, we'll talk about stopping long postboard dunks. That's right, there are variations to this move from Pinky, and this one, or the first one we're going to talk about, is long postboard dunk. So what you don't want to actually do on this one is to go on the opposite side of Pinky too much and go away from the glass too much. Instead, what you're going to want to actually do is stick to the glass as much as you can, stick to the invisible wall at the back of the glass as much as you can, go to the opposite side of where Pinky is and actually jump from there. That way you can actually connect with the dunk, you can actually block it properly, and yeah, that's now you can actually also block long postboard close to Pinky, but this one is a little trickier to actually block. With this one, you're gonna want to actually just stand next to Pinky as she finishes her post-up animation, and what you're gonna want to do is still stick to the invisible wall and just time your block a little better. Timing when closer to Pinky is way more important when blocking long postboard. You are gonna want to time it better. That's all that really changes. Going on the opposite side further makes the timing a little easier, but it still is possible to block Pinky closer. You just need better timing. Now, we'll talk about normal close postboard. Normal close postboard means Pinky is closer to the ring, and when she finishes her post-up animation, she will still be on her side of the ring. What that means is that she will still be on the right side of the rim if she finishes her post-up animation, if she actually posts up from the right, and vice versa. What you don't want to actually do is to go too far off. With that kind of postboard, you actually don't want to be below Pinky. You do not want to be below Pinky. What you're going to want to do is go to the opposite side of the rim, but you don't actually want to be too close to Pinky. So what does that mean? That means you have to stick to the rim, alright? But stick to the front of the rim and just go to the opposite side of where Pinky is, and further yourself away from the rim a little bit, just a good amount as to where you can actually block Pinky. So you're gonna want to stick to the rim and then go to the opposite side and then go forward a little bit and just a little bit and diverge just a little bit from the rim. Again, this will only work if Pinky does a normal postboard. If she posts up and then unposts and still is on the side of the rim of where she posts from, that's when you know this will work. This is the sort of blocking that you need to actually do for her. Now, we'll talk about extended postboard. What is this one? Well, this one would be the opposite of what we just talked about earlier. This is when if she posts up to the right, she's gonna unpost to the left side of the rim, and vice versa. If she posts up to the left, she's going to unpost to the right side and then do postboard dunk. In that case, you actually don't want to go to the opposite direction, right? So if she posts up to the right and then she unposts to the left and activates postboard dunk, you don't want to actually go to the right. You do not want to go to the opposite direction of Pinky. Instead, what you're gonna want to do is actually follow Pinky and stay behind her, right? Just stay with her. Don't go to the opposite direction and just follow Pinky. And then you're gonna stay on the rim. You're gonna stay on the side of the rim and just time your jumps, okay? Here, you actually don't want to get too far, but you also don't want to get too close. Just make sure to follow Pinky and don't go on the opposite direction. Follow Pinky and then go down from where she actually activates the dunk. Just time your block and you should be good to actually block that post board dunk. Alright, next up is where some newer players and even actually more experienced players struggle, which is bug post board. And the main mistake that most of them do here is to actually go forward and stick to the rim, which is not what you want to do, okay? You don't want to go to the opposite side and then just go, to the front of the rim. You don't want to actually stick to the front of the rim. You don't want to be that much forward. You also don't want to actually stand in front of the rim. Alright, even if you are forward and you don't go to the opposite side, even if you are forward of the rim, you are not going to be blocking bug post board. Instead, what you actually want to do is to copy what you do with long post board, where you are going to want to actually stick to the invisible wall, stick to the glass, and then go to the opposite side of the post board. That is how you stop bug post board. You need to stick to the invisible wall, stick to the glass, and go on the opposite side of where Pinky activates her post board dunk. Now, this is all fine and dandy, but it's not just post board that you need to worry about, which is why I've said, we'll talk about all of her general offensive power, Pinky's, I mean. So, she has Smart Dunk as well, and she still can use that bug where she activates Smart Dunk instead of post board, or where she actually dunks through the glass, behind the glass. That's where she dunks. It is still here. The game is still bugged, but you can stop that, and here is the most effective way on how you can actually stop that. So firstly, with the Smart Dunk, what you're actually going to want to do is to stay where you actually block long post board, the close version. Alright, so you're going to want to stick close to Pinky. You are going to want to actually stick to her when she knows how to do the Smart Dunk bug, because the correct way to block it is to just stay on the lower part of Pinky. Alright, you are going to want to stay on the lower part of Pinky in order to actually block the Smart Dunk and the normal dunks from happening. That means that the best way to actually stop it is for you to just go near Pinky, and if she goes for a long post board, that is the way to actually that is the best way to actually set yourself up to defend Pinky as a solo center. You're going to want to position yourself where you can block her long post board in a close position. Again, that's going to be near her and is sticking to the invisible wall, and then you're going to have to react on how she's going to do the dunk. So she may either go for a Smart Dunk or a normal dunk, in which case you're going to want to move down a little bit below Pinky and then time your block there as well. That's going to be the best way to try and stop her. You're going to need to stick to her and go beneath her. Alright, you're going to go to her lower part, and then you're going to block from there. And since you're already in position for to block long post board, if she does go for a long post board, just time your dunk and you should be able to block that as well. And the good thing about here is that she can actually use normal post board or extended post board if she does this. So those are already out of the question. You are just gonna need to actually position yourself to where you can block long post board and just go down if she goes for a normal dunk or a smart dunk. So that is the best way to actually defend a Pinky. Alright, I hope that this video has been helpful. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.